Meet the man behind at nascarcasm, one of Twitter's best parody accounts. More than a NASCAR driver, team, or even the governing body itself, the Twitter account fans should be following is at nascarcasm. The parody account features witty jokes, goofy memes, brilliant takes on the latest NASCAR headlines and, as of late, ridiculous photos of Elliott Sadler as the avatar. It relentlessly, for the win, recently spoke with the man behind at nascarcasm, who remains an anonymous resident in Indianapolis and managed to turn his parody account into a full-time job with NASCAR Digital Media. He started the account, even though he works for NASCAR now, he said he's always had creative control, babe. We talked to at nascarcasm about the origins of his famous account, maintaining his anonymity and some of his favorite stories. This interview has been condensed and edited for clarity. Everything that has happened up until this very day I consider to be an accident, a very happy accident. There was really no. When you're staying in an unfamiliar house and wake up in the middle of the night and try to find the bathroom. NASCARcasm at nascarcasm. Basically, just continuing to post and continuing to be annoying until they had no choice. You just had to be. It's really a matter of trying to be with an emphasis on trying, because I don't always get it right and fail quite a bit, but you try to crack wise without being mean. I never try to and if I post something and then I go back and look and go, ah. NASCARcasm at nascarcasm. Oh, I delete right and left, not really, because it's over the line. I wish I could be a, not really, no. If there's something if you give Jimmy the bird, he'll give you the bird right back. NASCARcasm at nascarcasm. It started that way, and it's just been a running joke ever since, really, that's really all there is to it. When I first there are people who know the real name, and there are people who have posted a picture with the real face on it. But if that happens, tons of people have done that. Like, hey, here it is. Secret identity, Gene Brable at Gene Brable. No, not all, never ever once. Once I got the first, and what's great I found is a lot of these guys are really good sports about it. A lot of these guys, you're never really looking for it. If you're a couple years ago, Dale Jr. posted something like one of his random non-sequitur tweets. He says, I saw the Backstreet Boys was a trending topic again last year, so I was like, oh. I am dying here. Nick Carter at Nick Carter. Just fire. NASCARcasm at nascarcasm. Such a good song. Dale Earnhardt Jr. At Dale Jr. Oh yeah, that's like Christmas morning for me. It really, true. Oh hello, absolutely perfect new Acorns paint scheme on the number 6 car. NASCARcasm at nascarcasm. One recent one that really stands out was Dale Jr. was tweeting about how he had gotten his daughter a little Fisher-Price taco truck, and so I replied to him and said, hey. And then other people started matching it, all this money going to the Dale Jr. Foundation, $50 to if you post inside of that thing pretending to serve a customer. NASCARcasm at nascarcasm. We made a little donation to the foundation after all of yesterday's fun. Fisher-Price at Fisher-Price. There's a lot of running jokes I've completely beaten into the ground. Dale Jr. Jamie's racing career has had many highlights. NASCARcasm at nascarcasm. There was a picture of Casey Connie wearing a V-neck t-shirt that I absolutely beat into smithereens with memes. It got so old, best of luck to you. NASCARcasm at nascarcasm. The primary one is don't be mean. The second one is another one is just a personal rule I started out with: you do not ridicule, insult, or be mean to other racing series. I enjoy racing it, I would love to do it as long as I can. One of the big questions.
Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.